Now, ladies and gentlemen, we all know that there have been times on the internet where people have gotten it wrong, where they've said we're one thing, but we're really the other, where they've called us names, but we don't relate to any of those things, and it was a misunderstanding. And we've also seen it in gaming, where people think you're trash, but you actually can contribute, but they just don't give you the light of day. In Apex Legends, that happens all the time. You're going to see the duo, the pair, run around and say, screw this guy, hopefully he can keep up. We're not going to let you be dead weight. Well, today was an interesting surfacing of that issue where my teammates that you're about to see actually didn't really give me a lot of credit. Were kind of bossing me around, telling me where to go, not necessarily being mean, but definitely not thinking that I could contribute. And that all changed at the end of the game. Make sure to watch it all to see what happens, because it is a fun turn of events for sure. Ultimate irony, let's say that. But at the end of the day, it's also a great showcase and gameplay of how to work with your teammates, how to use Wraith, one of my favorite weapon combos in the game, R301 and EVA 8, with a fully kitted out shotgun bolt to get that extra firing speed and reload speed as well, rechamber speed. And then also just a really cool showdown at the end. Cannot wait for you guys to keep watching, and very, very excited for you to be here on the channel. If you are new, hello, welcome. Feel free to like, subscribe at any point in time, comment anything. I read all my comments and love encouraging new people to join the storm. It's one of my favorite places to be in the world. So glad I get to share all that fun gaming stuff with you guys. But as we take down the Pathfinder, a little bit of what could be seen as BM here as we knock them and go into our little bit of the void, so to speak, that the Wraith can do so well. But what ends up happening is that I actually just literally misclicked. So I don't think that was super cool. I just was misclicking. When I wake up in the morning, sometimes you got to get used to the rhythm. There's that EVA 8. I've already got it equipped, as well as the R301. The first thing I want to talk about, though, before we get into it, is if you notice that I have been a little bit absent lately on the channel, it's because I've been doing some really dope events called Red Bull Records and Beartooth's Dallas LAN Party. If you guys want to know anything about it, I could tell you all there is, but it's basically Red Bull getting together musicians and gamers and bringing together the fans of both to have some fun playing games and relating to the two passions. I know we all love the game. I know we probably all like music, so it's super cool. Make sure to check out the event. I'm going to put a link in a comment down below and in the description. So show some love, say Raynday sent you as we get started in this one. But now getting on to the video, one of my favorite things to do in these videos is commentate, talk about my decision making, and you're going to find that out here. Like you just saw, the guy in the background or heard was telling me to go pick him up. Now, obviously, we're going to pick him up. It's a good little reminder, but it felt a little bit like, hey, do it sooner than later. I agree with this. Sometimes your teammates who maybe don't think you're that great will actually give you some good advice. So it's a fine line between following some good advice, but also doing what you feel is right. We'll have a lot of moments where that happens, where they actually leave me behind, and I have to kind of decide, do I join them or do I take the fight that I feel is best for me and my team overall? And we'll walk you through that decision making here. So far right now, just going to loot up as well. One of the biggest things about that early game landing is finding yourself a spot where you can comfortably take a fight without too many different obstacles. I think Skull Town's a lot of fun. It's something I like to do with friends or with people when I'm queuing and know them. But with randoms, I find it's just so unpredictable, and it gets you in that bad feedback loop. You know, you lose a couple times, and you're like, man, okay, you know what? Let's switch games. Let's cut it out for the night. Maybe I'll get better luck next time. But water treatment, things like that, could be a little bit more efficient for you. Now we see a little bit of a respawn vehicle coming in the corner. So me and my teammates are on the right wavelength here. We both start running without really saying anything because we know teams are going to be over that way. He's a Pathfinder. I'm the Wraith. I'm a Gibraltar. The synergy in this team is pretty decent. Gibraltar, not great mobility. Pathfinder and Wraith, really good mobility, but mobility that works for a team, so we can help to transport the Gibraltar in a way that makes him more effective by getting to spots that he might not usually be able to get to, and he also helps us defensively. So not a lot of people talk about team compositions, but this is actually a pretty good one, a well-rounded one, and gives us a lot of utility in these fights. I'm picking up a lot of ammo right here, and the R301, one of the reasons why it's so good is that, yeah, it does use a lot of ammo. It's not as crazy as the R99, which is a lot faster at eating those bullets, but this one is so good from mid to long range, and it's just so versatile. There's almost never a moment where you can't fire it, even if they're very far. I mean, the poke potential of this weapon is so great, and that's one of the reasons it's a great singular, maybe first inventory slot for your weapon, and maybe if you want to add it on something else, if you're a Wingman Pro or if you're a little bit more advanced, you like using longbows as well, and then go with the R301. It really can cover you middle, short, and of course long distance very, very effectively, more so than most people think. It does have that little penalty though, so you have to be aware when you are using your aim down sights, it's 50% that you're moving slower. It's a big deal. It makes it a lot easier for people to hit you. So you have to remember to hip fire, and you'll see a couple of moments in that as well. Still in the looting phase though, this is important. I mean, it's part of Apex. Getting that good loot, making sure that you just feel comfortable. I have a really good setup gun-wise, not the best setup as far as health or anything like that. I have a couple med kits, shield batteries, that was lucky. But as far as my shielding, I definitely am looking for an upgrade still. 10 squads left, so still plenty of time, and we see that there is only 1 kill on the board for us and our squad. I think they've got a couple of others. Just pinging out the wingmans, pinging out the heavy ammo. I know he had called for that. I have probably a little bit too much ammo for the light category. I think 4 stacks is pretty good. 3 stacks with an R301, because of how much you can use it, a little risky if you're constantly fighting. If you know that you're going to have these breaks, or you find that, you know what, somebody else has light ammo, because light ammo is pretty easy to come by, you can risk 3, but what I've found is that sometimes you wish you had that extra stack, because you start getting to, 28 in the clip, 96 in the hole, so to speak, or 28 in the magazine, 96 in the magazine, 28 in the hole, and you're like, okay, wait a second, I don't have enough to really shoot more than 4 times here, and the fight is still going heavily. So that's where you want to maybe try to work that out. Found a level 2 backpack. That is huge. That just means I can carry more ammo, more meds, and feel good about both of those decisions. But when you upgrade your backpacks, big notes for those who are trying to get a little bit better, look to get some more grenades. Make sure to have at least 2 to 4 to even 6 grenades if you can, splitting those up between arc stars and just normal frag grenades. Thermites, a dealer's choice, but I mean, not really the most effective. Come on now. We all know thermites be doing, what thermites do. Somehow I get inside Gibraltar, and I never thought I'd say that sentence in my life, but here you go. We find some opponents up on the top as well. We throw an arc star, just puts them in a bad spot, and immediately find about 67, make that 100 damage onto the Wraith, force her into the void. And there's another Octane there as well. 21 under the purple shield, 42, 60, and now we fully down both of them with the EVA 8. And that epic barrel, the shotgun, just so good. We see another grenade coming, and we know there is one more opponent. It's a Bloodhound, and so we're going to go into the hip fire, and that just gives us the fast movement, the easy cleanup, and look at how much damage just went down. Do you really need an R99? Look at how efficient that was. And how flexible that was as well. Obviously still running with the 4 stacks, but there's some good loot here, so got to make the decision as the circle is just luckily kind of circled in right around us and not on us. It hasn't forced us out of this position. We can still loot up. That's just good. That's just a good sign. It means maybe this game is really going to go well. Got 6 grenades right now, 4 stacks of light ammo, 1 stack of shotgun ammo. Don't need more than that for sure. Some syringes, some shield cells, a full stack of shield batteries, which are really good to prioritize, and then 3 med kits. So overall, this is a pretty good backpack. The only thing that could get better is if you just get a bigger backpack, a level 3, and you can add maybe some more grenades right now, or maybe something else. But overall, this is a very good inventory. So if you want to keep something up like this, I would suggest it. You could play a little risky because, of course, we are in these corners. And look, another team coming through as well. We did actually get some of the finishes there, and look at that, 42 damage on the blue shield, and it's a Pathfinder. I am in trouble, so what am I going to do? Go into the void. Do not be afraid to reset these fights. You got to do it more and more, because it just puts them in a bad position. They have to push you now. You've already gotten to safety. We get 1 kill, and that's Bull Boo finding that one, but it does feel like there's someone else. We're going to loot up right now. I almost feel like the Gibraltar's down, but he's just crouching and hiding behind that shield. That's a big boy behind a small shield, let me tell you that. I'm going to swap this shield as well. And what that means is that I just get, obviously, that nice little shield cell back without having to use my own. Running out of some light ammo, though, and I really remember looking at those 3 stacks. I'm almost at 2. And so you have to start considering, okay, we got to replenish. We got to feel good. A Wraith comes up as well, so I'm already first to it. I'm not running with my mic here because I'm trying to record and get clean audio for you guys. So it does make it a little bit more challenging, but we hit this damage. I hopefully know that when I start shooting, they figure it out. We get an extended mag off it, and a purple body shield, and a purple stock. So that's very good. Nice trade, and allows us to keep going. But yeah, a lot of people have said, hey, Raynday, why do you not use your mic? That's bad play. Honestly, it's just because I'm a content creator. I right now don't have a great setup to be able to talk in-game in Apex Legends. My mic doesn't work anyway, but even if I tried, I couldn't separate that right now from my in-game audio to the game audio. So unfortunately, what I like to do is just kind of focus in, It's just a little bit rough. Usually there's clean audio, but this guy actually is talking a lot and made for a very interesting video. So at this point, this is where it gets interesting because we've already won a couple of fights. This guy's already told me to, pick himself up. He's already told me to kind of like, shouting some directions in the fight, and I appreciate that. I think it's a good call. But here's where you have to start deciding what is going on, because I'm recognizing that there is another circle approaching in 30 seconds, and his clear position, and my clear position as well, to start scouting. Where should we go? He's the Pathfinder. He's got a zip line. I'm the Wraith. I've got a dimensional rift. I can bring people from one spot to the other, but because we're on high ground, it's much easier for the Pathfinder zip line to get us where we need to go. These two already start embarking. They leave me, but I see enemies and I ping them. They turn around, as you can see, but I'm already in the middle of a fight because I've stayed just a half a second later because I spotted out that guy. I'm not sure if they're coming back, but at this point, he says, come down here, and I'm already committed on. If I go on the zipline, they're going to have an easy shot, so I have to fight or I'm going down. I get the first knock, and he decides to come back. And so just in this moment, I've made the decision for my team without really having to say anything, not trying to direct people, saying, guys, we're in a fight. We have to do it. I go into the void to buy time. This means that I'm safe while he can get here, and now I have a 2v1 or 2v2 potential, and he's telling me it's time to go again. I understand, but at this point, if I just ran, I might not have been able to get that digital threat. I might not have been able to maybe replenish on some shield batteries, maybe get what I need as far as ammo-wise, as I am running a little lower, 136, and again, that's about 3-4 reloads before it's all done and dusted. All of these things mean that, when you're listening to someone like that, you may be not allowing yourself to be setting up for a great ending to a game because maybe you miss a crucial element, maybe a crucial item, crucial ammo. And it's very, very important. We get 2 extra kills because of that engagement. We get geared up in a nice way. And it's all because I decided to stay a little bit and make a smart call out instead of blindly following someone who clearly is kind of doing a duo thing with somebody else. So very, very good. Hopefully you guys know that. So now I think maybe they're getting a little bit of more respect on my name. I'm not playing super insane, but I'm making smarter decisions. I'm staying alive. I mean, Wraith is still... I mean, what do you guys think? Let me know below. Who do you think is really the best legend right now? Because I think Wraith is still in the conversation. I know Pathfinder stepped it up. I know, we've had some changes to Caustic. Everyone's saying, oh, he's OP. I mean, I feel like Wraith, Bangalore Light, those top 3 from the beginning are still so good. I mean, they've got such great abilities, and how can you really compete with literal invincibility? Wraith just has so much going for her, I'm not hitting on Wraith, you know what I mean? She's a digital character, It's not like I'm trying to date Wraith, okay? Guys, get that out your head, all right? I know a lot of my anime fans, and I watch anime, okay? Trying to turn digital into reality, body pillows and stuff. I've been to Japan. I know what goes on, okay? But I'm just saying that Wraith is she's doing a good thing in Apex Legends. It's not more than that. Don't make it any more than that, fellas, and the ladies that are watching. Most of my gaming audience is men, though, so, But the ladies who are watching, I appreciate you. I love you. Thank you so much. Hopefully you're having a wonderful day. Another shotgun bolt, and I don't need it, but I'm going to ping it. I'm also going to ping this 3 times, and what this means is that it actually allows this Gibraltar to go over and upgrade his kit. Remember to ping these little things, especially maybe of an epic quality or something that, if someone doesn't have it currently, it would be very, very useful. Now, there are only 3 squads left. That last engagement really was the team that probably would have been coming from behind this. It would have been a problem. Really glad that we got rid of them, and now we're scoping out, very much like my last video and the gameplay in it about that. There's a funny drop, dude. Look at that. It landed on the very, very top. Oh, my God. That's actually pretty unusual. I don't think I've ever seen something land on that, but I'm sure you guys have as well. There's so many experiences in Apex. I'm sure someone's seen it, but that's actually, I think that's my first that's landed on that little mountain there. It's probably an unusual trajectory for that thing to go, and I don't have a way to get it. He's got a Pathfinder zipline me there, and apparently not going to happen right now, so we're just going to wait it out. Here's a very important thing, though, because as you can notice, the first things of like, yo, get me up, dog, or yo, let's keep going. Now the directions are a little bit less clear. They were running first, and now they're kind of waiting to see where I go. I'm going to take the zip line, and what I would expect and what you guys will see is they take the zip line as well. Suddenly, because of the way I've been playing, they start to respect some of my calls, my decisions. They know I've gotten a kills, can hold my own, and now we're kind of all going in the same area without other teams, other people having to lead. This is a really good example of just holding your end of the bargain as a teammate, winning your 1v1s, not straying for the sake of straying, but straying for the right decisions. And if you guys can make this a habit of yours, I think you will increase your odds of having really good games. Now, at this point, we hear some shots, and this is where things get interesting. We could ride the zip line as well to get over there, but we know it's in that direction, so I pinged my teammates, let's move this way. They're all down, because now that we've seen at least 2 teams, we know one's there, we know one is what he's shooting at, we can go and isolate the targets and try to poach them off, the third party, so to speak. And it was very, very important that we were not the first to reveal ourselves, trying to find them on the bones. Can't quite do it yet. Ring closing now. Being aimed at. I could warn my teams, but I'm also really worried about finding the person because where is he aiming from? Might be above me as well. Got to take the other angle. I do tell my teammates right at the very end, look left and check my angles, and there it is, 150. Oh my god, 200 damage right away. This lifeline goes down immediately, and we find our 6th kill of the game. And guess what? We find ourselves a legendary body shield. Not that it's an upgrade as far as shielding, but it does give us that little extra legendary perk. And you know what? I think it's true. It's a psychological thing. When someone has a legendary shield, you feel like, ooh, they're better geared than me if I have a purple shield. It feels like they are for some reason. They're actually not, but it feels like they are. At this point, I have 9 shield batteries, and that is just an insane amount of shield batteries. You are a madman if you're carrying that. I guess I'm a madman. You got to drop those. You do not need 9. I've barely had to use any of my 6. And here's another team as well. So now we've got some grenades, and this is what we want to use. 2 arc stars to try to force them off that high ground. We see someone already ziplining up, and we get at least 28 damage on them as they're going. The R301 still working wonders for me, not even needing to break out the EV8 at this point. And we get about another 50 damage, a couple of headshots, and we break the armor. That's a good arc star, and I use mine to the void to avoid her grenade that might have just exploded my armor as well. That's a good knock. And now we are in a very precarious situation because someone else is rotating and he's looking to use his ammo to finish off our down target. But there are 2 people over here, so he's got to be careful. The Pathfinder avoids all of this. It's like he's tiptoeing between each and every one of my bullets. I feel like maybe one of those hit him, but none of them register. And so still looking to fix that. And maybe my aim just needs to get fixed as well. We know the Mirage dropped. I haven't forgot about him, but I do know that the Pathfinder's up here and he knocks my teammate. Oh no, and he drops as well. This is bad. It's turned into a 2v1. He has gotten a little bit more excited. But the EVA-8 with the epic shotgun barrel, it's gonna save the day. I actually feel like that's somebody. No, it's just it's a cached image of somebody else. And my 2 teammates dropped. There's only 2 squads left, and I haven't forgotten about the Mirage. Let's bait him out here. Oh, there he is, and we top up immediately. We know what's up. 35 damage right away. Arcstar to force him out of the corner, and he runs left. And oh my god, no, that was just a bamboozle. And now I've got to press the issue. I know he's lost a lot of health, and I got to push this here. Hip fire as well to try to finish it off, and it's 84 damage for the win. We are the champion, and the people who were telling me what to do a little earlier are now watching me as they're down save the game. Now, a lot of you may be saying, you know, Raynday, maybe you should have tried to stay getting them up. Absolutely not. You guys noticed the second I was a sitting duck, he tried to finish me off, and that was a smart play by him. Wait till I do that, then go ahead. Don't let me get an advantage. At that point, I knew because I did 35 damage to him, and I had a pretty decent shield plus an invulnerability, I could push him no problem. He had already used his bamboozle as well. Ends up being a 1,400 kill, 1,400 damage, 8 kill game, 1,400 kills, wow. And it seals the deal for us here. Shout outs to my teammates. They invited me for another game, but I was not able to play. Had to start getting some videos done and get ready for work. But hopefully you guys learned a little bit and enjoyed the commentary as well. Let me know if you want me to do anything else Apex Legends wise, commentary wise, or gameplay wise down in the comment section below. Let me know if you learned anything from this video. Let me know if you have anything to say, and if you're going to be subscribing, commenting, or liking. I really appreciate it and all the support you guys are giving me. As always, my friends, remember to never give up, never stop gaming. Check out that Red Bull Records video down in the description below, and I will see you all next time.